Begin with that breaking news. Details after a body was found inside a car at a Hollywood tow lot today. There's no immediate information about the identity of the person found inside, but Eyewitness News has learned the 2023 Tesla is registered in Hempstead, Texas to multi-platinum artist and musician David Anthony Burke, known professionally as David. This is video of David performing on Jimmy Kimmel Live in 2023. The grim discovery was made after nearby residents complained about a foul odor. Police say the impounded car had been at that lot property on North Mansfield Avenue for a couple of days now. They say the body had been placed inside a bag. We've reached out to David's representatives and are still waiting for a response.
All stories alleged. For gossip and entertainment only. Let's get started.
So I'm on the Economic Times, and I like their article on the story because basically they just give you a breakdown. You don't have to go through an entire article to see what's going on. And this has been going on now about for a week and a half. So it's all over social media. So I know some people, they get tired of, oh my God, it's the same thing over and over again. So it's just like we just want to get straight to the facts of what's going on. Now, with this David, too many things are coming out where he, I would say, is the number one suspect, allegedly. David made his fame on his own, right? On YouTube. Because this industry is not an easy industry to get into. And if you do get into it, money talks, right? Money speaks. And if you don't have that money, do like what, Justin Bieber, perfect example. Upload your stuff on YouTube and hopefully someone will see you where they can get you started and not you having to run behind anyone like that. So his talent speaks. That's why. So this is the synopsis. It says singer David, but he spells it D4vd. And his actual name is David, which is spelled the correct way, D-A-V-I-D. And it says singer David faces investigation after a teen's body was discovered in his abandoned Tesla in Hollywood. The victim, Celeste Rivas, was last seen in April of 2024. Disturbing lyrics in David's old songs mentioning Celeste have surfaced. Both David, whose real name is David, and Celeste share a tattoo. David canceled a show and returned to Los Angeles. So I'm going to show you, he had his tour dates, right? He started touring early August, but now everything is on hold. Everything is on a hold because now this is the main thing that he's been searched after for. And the tattoos they're talking about is, they said it's a common tattoo when it comes to celebrities. I'm sure other people, they have it, but when it's celebrity, if you know those people. So it's like a S with 3H for shh on there. And they're saying, oh, probably it's a quick coincidence. No. Not with everything that's coming out on social media with them in videos together, photos of them together. No, nothing. And another thing is the mother said her daughter was dating someone and his name was David. Really? Right? So it says, in the aftermath of the body of 13-year-old Celeste Rivas being found in his abandoned Tesla, David has since been under a lot of scrutiny. The disturbing discovery has brought attention to his old lyrics, including songs that eerily mention a person named Celeste. Now, this is a song, her name is in it. I think also it's a song where talking about putting a body in the back of a trunk. But with the Tesla, I think the Tesla, the trunks are in front, right? So I think that's where they found the body. It says, as investigators look for answers, fans and critics alike are pointing out disturbing similarities between his music and the tragedy, which makes people wonder What is his connection to the T? Reported The Sun. On September 8th, workers at a Hollywood toll yard said they could smell something bad coming from David's Tesla. Authorities found the 13-year-old body of Celeste Rivas inside, where it was rotten. Her body was decomposing and not intact when it was found, as quoted in a report by The Sun. So they're saying that her body was cut in pieces, and not all of her pieces were in the trunk. So, that is some evil stuff. Now, with Hollywood, you have the Illuminati and everything like that. And they're saying that maybe she was a sacrifice. Now, if you want to go into deep dives, I know there is a YouTuber, her name is Lovely T. She does a lot of deep diving and she can tell you in and out. But, every time I hear every other vlogger, and I realize when you go on YouTube or any social media network, if a story is out and popular, everyone is doing that story, right? And everyone has their own audience. And if it's a story that's engaging, people would want to listen. So let's continue. It says investigators quickly started to put together the last steps she took. Celeste was last seen in Lake Elsinore, about 69 miles from Los Angeles, in April of 2024. She was wearing gray pants and a black sweater, a hat, and a Hello Kitty sandals. People are horrified that her body was found months later in the singer's car, as per report by The Sun. Now, I wonder how long she was in that car, because I've even heard that the song, if she went missing in 2024, and she was, 12, 13 at the time, I wonder how long before that was David dating this child. Because I think when she was 12, 13, he was 17. That is still a child. And now that he is 20, seeing that this was probably a year ago would have made her, 14, 15. But he was still dealing with this minor. After the sad news, fans looked through David's music library and found songs that made them very uneasy because they talked about a girl named Celeste. In a leaked song from 2023 called Celeste. Now, if she went missing in 2024 of April, and this song was done in 2023, then David must have been allegedly with the Celeste kid. Now, they're saying it's not the first time it looks like she ran away from home, right? So it looks like probably she was going back and forth. But yeah, that's something. So he's been messing with this kid since she was, 12? 12, 11? You never know. In the music, some of the lyrics here says, "Oh, Celeste, the girl with my name tattooed on her chest. Smell her on my clothes like cigarette. I hear her voice each time I take a breath. I'm obsessed." He goes on into the second verse saying, "Oh, Celeste, afraid you'll only love me when undressed. But you look so damn gorgeous in that dress. Missing you so much makes me depressed. But I digress, because..." He also put out the song Romantic Homicide, which is now being looked at again because of what has happened lately. The creepy way his lyrics and the victim's name are similar has led to a lot of talk online, as per The Sun. Now, so what happened? Right now, they can't really name the time of death. It has to be sometime this year. Yeah, definitely. But it sounds like he was obsessed with this young lady. He was obsessed with this young lady. And to know that she's that young, and I'm sure he knew her age. Not only that, but a teacher came out. Well, his video was posted on social media, and he said that he used to teach a student. No, right now her picture is out, and he said yes, he did teach her, and he knew something or heard something of a David. So, David, just come out and admit, no more excuses. And they are saying that he's cooperating, but still, just come out, say you did it, or allegedly, or someone did it for you, because where's the rest of her body? Where is the rest of her body? Now it says TMZ learned from Celeste's mother that her daughter had been dating someone named David. This is the real first name of the singer David, whose birth name is David Anthony Burke. According to the Creepy Connection, both Celeste and the singer had the same tattoo on their right index fingers, which said shh. When her body was found, Celeste also had wavy black hair, a metal bracelet, and a stud earrings, as per reported by The Sun. Even though David has not officially been linked to her death, investigators spent hours searching a Hollywood property close to where the Tulsa was left. Authorities haven't said what's in the evidence bag, but they were put in a car. So wherever that house is, they found something. I'm not quite sure what, but eventually everything will come out, right? Eventually. That's what people are waiting on. We know she's dead. There's too many similarities. We just want to know, did he or didn't he? If he did he have help? Did he do it by himself? So right here it says, where is David now? It says in April of 2024, David put out his first album, Withered. This was about the same time that Celeste went missing. He had been touring the U.S., but after the body was found, he quickly canceled his Seattle show and went back to Los Angeles. He wrote online in February about how hard he worked on his album, saying, "This album means so much to me. You have no idea the blood, sweat, and tears that came with trying to create this project over the past 2 years." At this time, the artist has not been charged with anything, but investigators are still looking into whether the rising star singer had anything to do with Celeste's tragic death. They are doing this because of creepy lyrics, shared tattoos, and his car being the center of a gruesome discovery, as per a report by The Sun. Now, again, if you have a body in the car, don't you know when it starts to decompose, you're going to have smells? And that's what was going on. The car was there, it was smelling. The people in the community called, they towed the car. There at the lot, they were having the stench also. And that's when they went in and they found her. Again, not all of her. So where is she? Where is the rest of this young child? The thing with YouTube is won't be able to play any of the music, because you can do it on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and you won't get, copyright or get striked because you use the lyrics. So right now we can't even play a song. I saw a video where I think probably he was behind it, where, these videos, we have people playing in the mall on pianos, and then people come up and like, oh, can you sing this song, or can you play this song? And apparently this lady asked the pianist to play the song, and he started playing it, and here comes David, that's my song, and of course he started singing, and he does have a good voice. And now you're like, with a lot of these things you see on social media, are they, if it's not a prank, is it a setup? that it so happens that, you're playing this guy's song and all of a sudden he was there to sing, the lyrics to the song. Anyways, let me just close with this. So that's what's going on. Basically, social media are the detectives in helping bringing this case. Now, like I said, I had no idea who this David was. None whatsoever. And the last thing people are saying is, what if she was pregnant? What if she was pregnant? And if it was found out that she was pregnant, then there's proof right there that you were sleeping with this underage girl. And what did you do? Instead of facing the consequences of what, and this is all alleged, right? But we're trying to like say, what if he did it? Why? What was going through his head to think that he can take this young girl's life? And you're like, just admit to it. You might lose sponsorships, stuff like that. But to choose between that and taking someone's life, and you went to take someone's life, not everybody gets the luck of the draw, meaning not all killers get to be exposed, get to serve times for crimes that they committed. Some of them get to go free for the rest of their lives until they die. So that's why I said it's like a needle in a haystack. You don't know. So if you did this thinking, oh no, I won't be caught, nothing will be, no. You're already with this girl from she was 11 or 12 if you're writing songs for this person, allegedly, before she went missing, right? So I don't know what's going on in the world. I do not know. But yeah, that's the latest thing that people are assuming. What if she was pregnant? Because then he would be done right there. So the same thing that's happening to him now would have been happening if it was out that she was pregnant for this man and she's a child. Because he's 20 now. But you chose allegedly to take a life to keep that under wraps, if that's the case. And you're still... Because if it came out that she was pregnant and he was him, yes, his sponsorship, everyone would have left at the same time, right? But at least a young girl would be alive today. So it would have been the same consequences. You got her pregnant, she's underage, we're oh no, we're going to pull everything. So the same outcome would have been the same with this unaliving. And to choose to take a life instead of to stand up to your responsibility, or take what's the word? Take the punishment for your actions. This is how allegedly you wish to proceed. So yeah, that's it on the David. I'm not going to come back and say anything until we hear something concrete from the police, because everything is back and forth. Every day something new is coming out, and then, like I said, social media is like the FBI. They need to hire social media to get people, because people do go, they research and they post. That's a good thing about social media in that sense, but yeah, my gosh, you had this chance, this opportunity. You even have some people, calling him a pedophile and stuff like that, because young girls, or even if it's just with Celeste, it is still, what do you want with a young girl? People can say, oh, sexually tight, this, that, if you get what I'm saying. I don't want to go, but my gosh, don't you think of what the future holds? I know every second is not promised to us, but if you're still living healthy and doing stuff, once you meet that child and she's underage, I don't care if she told you she was 15 or whatever, she's still a child. You don't look to say, look, if I start messing with this child, things are gonna go. And then again, look at this. She's missing for a year. Put his first album out 2 years ago. So he's fresh on the scene and he's like, I can't have anything come out because now I'm making it and this is going to be drama, really? And you chose death, allegedly, if you did it, over just taking responsibility for your actions. Whew. Anyways, gossipers, what are your thoughts on this story? Please like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching and listening. Let's grow our little channel. And until next time, gossipers, thank you.